Alright, the trade recap. Today was a loss of the first day of the new funded account. I was close hitting drawdown, but I was enough calculative to avoid it, at least to allow it to get close to it, but still having a small tiny gap to 100% assured to not, violate this rule. So yeah, what was going actually on now? Regarding gold, we know what's up. We don't trade gold. All-time highs ongoing. Not only that, for actually looks like we might hit 6,000 to a certain point. Okay, now we don't see it here, but the forecast is to 552 to even 6,000, and the forecast for gold on the on the larger range. And I think yeah, it might hit it as well. Anyways, this should be our concern for now. So let's actually get to the pairs I was actually monitoring, and this was mainly USD and USDCHF and AUD USD. So let's start with AUD USD in the early in the morning. Before I think it was actually before or actually during London session open. I saw potential short. And I can show you where, because I was like looking, I was looking at the pair, and we see also last week it ended very bullish, right? Like very bullish, and yeah, and then for on overall, of course, I am bullish. Like it's an uptrend. But the thing is, why do I want to trade against the trend? Well, it's very easy. When we looked into the 4 hours, we didn't get the recent lower high. The last one was on there, and therefore we need to get, pardon me, we need to get a retracement. And it only made sense. Also, when I was looking, at the 1 hour, it like that. We need a retracement. So at this, and we also see it's kind of getting rejected, this high, and perhaps it's going to get down there somewhere to the support, but it's more looking like a resistance so far. So scale down to the 5 minutes point of interest. I actually saw the move, but it was a bit too late to catch it. And I'm talking about this one. We saw a sweep of this little swing high. The swing high which caused or which respected the Ferrell gap, and then with like a very clean sweep of that, and as after I missed the move where it was right here. I immediately put the drawings and pretended, okay, if I would have taken this one. And actually, this was my take profit, this swing low, which is overall pretty reasonable. But as you can see, it was going all the way back up. It just retraced all the way to the upside to this, resistance. Which is a bit frustrating, to be honest. But yeah, you can help it. But yeah, I didn't take the trade. I also see later, technically, right there, we could have taken another short right there, because it swept, the swing high, and not only that, it also formed another, resistance on the smaller time frame, and then again, targeting like one of these two lows, which is just recently have hit, but this would have been like a huge trade, and also I was getting there. I felt like, okay, maybe I was wrong with my bias, but yeah, turns out perhaps I was right, just I was a bit too early. Um, yeah, but happens. So let's get back to USDCHF. The thing was pretty similar. We just had the trend reversal, from here on, from the last week, and then the same thing was going on. We just hit the low, the new lower low, and now wanted to see a lower high. Like in other terms, forming a retracement and perhaps even getting to this 4 hour Favela gap right there, if we can even call it, because we just had like a small gap down here. Favela gap line, as you can see. Now let's get down to the 1 hour. What do we see? Yeah, we see here as well. It looks like some kind of support. Well, I can't really tell. It's not that clean. But what it looks like a bit, that we kind of got an AMD setup right there. Like the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But I wasn't really seeing that move, or I wasn't expecting that it's going to go, that deep down, because I was also bullish with it because of the retracement. So I was monitoring price at this level, right? I wanted to see a sweep, perhaps sweep of these lows, right? And then we saw price was going up, went down, went up again and down. Didn't take out one of these lows, was going all the way up. And actually, because where I was going up, I was taking here short because I was like, okay, I'm bullish because of the retracements. Anyways, bullish for now on the low time frame. So I'm trying to get like the move back, so my order entry comes to force, if you get me. So I was taking it, got subbed out. Yeah, unfortunate, but happens. Was going the way up, and I was like, you know what? Now this was a bit unreasonable, to be fair. But I was really thinking about in case if it sweeps this high to take the short. But at the same time, I was like, okay, what if I'm wrong? Maybe it's just going to proceed to go higher and higher. But actually, it didn't even, went above the swing high, ironically enough. What happened instead is it was going all the way down. This was my, I wanted to take a long based on this swing low right there. It was, it triggered my my buy limit order a bit like at this level. It was going up and then all the way down. And I just adjusted my stop loss because I thought, okay, maybe after this sweep of this swing low, it's going to get triggered. But as you can imagine, it just went further to the downside. And also, see, this stop loss is like, it's quite big, especially for the way I trade, including with the fact that I got stopped out of my previous position. So, yeah, it didn't work out. I was getting close. I kept adjust a bit, the stop loss, but then to a certain point I stopped because I knew, okay, when I'm going to keep further to the downside, then I'm I'm just going to get like uh liquidated. Not particularly liquidated, but I'm going to violate the rule and lose the challenge at day one, which would be very embarrassing, which just happened the last time at day two. Without needing to mention, it was, yeah, pretty unfortunate, but anyways, shit happens. And yeah, I mean, after that, we see it's now getting to the upside. So overall, to a certain scale, seems like I was right, but after that, like, no entry model right there. AUD USD had kind of an entry model later if I would have been patient, or I keep monitoring the price action. But yeah, shit happens. Not You have to include that. Like nothing which makes me too upset, to be honest. I keep have to burp because I just ate lunch. Anyways, but yeah, that was pretty much it. It's a bit unfortunate that I got I wouldn't say I got play like that, but that wasn't going to my favorite price action. I mean, when I reflect right now, I just should have let go to let me getting stopped out at this level, because this was like my first stop loss. Would have been better. But yeah, sometimes you have to digest these and get to take these L's. So overall, when I reflect, this was like the only, let's say, clean and high probability setup. Because after this move, I was like, okay, perhaps I was wrong. But then, with this move, coming, the still consolidation, including with the 5 minute resistance, and, the small sweep, if you want so, from this swing high, then, I kind of could get the point, like the confirmation that I was genuinely right with my bias. Which is pretty ironic because overall I was anyways, doesn't matter. Just this would have been like the move, but missed it. Fuck it, happens. But so far it's a bit stressful, like more like a bit annoying. But at the other hand, to be honest, it's okay because I'm getting more and more back into my routine. Today I got out of bed at 7:30. I know. I said this the last time, but this time I was also doing my prayers, brushing my teeth. And I know it sounds just disgusting, but the past weeks I kind of was struggling to brush my teeth in the morning. I only did it in the evening. I know, very disgusting. I think this also kind of shows um, how low my low was, and now it's time to have a market structure shift in life and get higher highs. Yeah, I know it's a bit edgy, but whatever. Um, So yeah, now this time I try to go to bed earlier at 10 p.m. Maybe a bit earlier, so I can wake up, 0.7 a.m. and then getting everything together, because I was actually getting a bit concerned, like, yo, what am I missing? But yes, it seems like I was again correct with my bias, the overall bias. So only the difference here is like, I didn't have like a very good yeah, entry model, point of interest, and that kind of thing. We have on the 50 minutes technically an order block, but on the 50 minutes, like, it's not sharp enough. I need to be sharp, with my with my entry, and this isn't sharp. 50 minutes order block. This just isn't as sharp, Compared to the AUD/USD, this looks clean, you know. 1 hour we see here, it gets rejected. New high, higher high. Now we want to see a lower high. 5 minutes. Oh yeah, it was going up. Oh, too bad, but it gets back into this, rejection. In other words, into this order block, 50-minute order block. And then we also have in that 5-minute liquidity sweep. And even reject support and yeah, reject. Wait, support and I just forgot the term. Resistance, yeah, resistance. Oh, damn, my bad. We even get resistance on the 5 minutes. Overall, this would have been like a pretty easy trade so far. But hey, it matters to get step by step back. Like every single day, a step closer. Every single day, a step closer. That's like all. That's what's all about, So with that being said, cheers.